book, in the book of John. And so let's go to verse 28. Verse 28 says, then they said to him, what shall we do that we may work the works of God? Interesting. Let's go back to righteousness. Now they're interested in what shall they do to work the works of God. However, they're actually talking about the signs. And so verse 29 says, Jesus answered and said to them, this is the work of God, that you believe in him whom he sent. And that's what you said before, Apostle, that we cannot get inundated by the signs. We have to be more focused on Jesus himself, because he's saying in verse 29 that this is the work of God, that you believe in him whom he sent. Not believe so much in what you see him do, because we're living in a time, we're living in an hour where, yes, the enemy can do some of these things. Quite frankly, the enemy can perform some signs, wonders, and we're in a time of really, false prophets, false teaching, doctrine of demons. And so it's important to be able to discern. But Jesus answered them. Verse 30 says, therefore they said to him, what sign will you perform then, that we may see it and believe you? What work will you do? Again, they're focused on the sign, and they're not focused on the actual signpost. Let's call him a signpost. You know what I'm saying? They're not focused on him, just what he can do and do for them.
Yeah, and I think also that this is when we go back, right? There's this whole contrast between him and Moses. And so this is actually this is an indictment of what man can provide versus what Jesus can provide. And remember, when the manna was there, they attempted to store the leftover manna, but it perished. It perished. And so therefore, it's almost as if they don't really get it. They think that basically this is just bread for them naturally, and what has to keep happening is that Jesus has to keep, you understand what I'm saying, replenishing, but not he doesn't in that way naturally. And what basically they're trying to hold on to is not going to basically last forever. It will perish. They have to understand that when they get him, who is, right, the word made flesh, which means that he is demonstrating himself as fully God and also fully man. And in that, even though he transcends earth and he transcends, right, the actual, you understand, kingdom here on earth, right? I'm talking about the earthly kingdom, right? That we live in right now, not basically his kingdom. What happens is that he still understands that man basically needs bread naturally,
right,
to live, because bread is the one thing that even if you don't have something else, you can live off of bread and basically 100%. Water for a while, right? But he wants them to get beyond that and transcend this thing of, so I just have this thing that you have given me, but what I need to focus on is not the thing that you've given me. I need to focus on you, because you are the bread of life. It is you. It is the essence. It is who you are that I need to understand. And me comparing you to Moses there is no comparison.
And I think when you talk about, the comparison with Moses and Jesus, they're thinking about the law too. They're thinking about the things that they actually grew up in. I mean, that's all that they've known is the law. And what Moses did was he did demonstration. But there was a time when even Moses tried to introduce them to the God who said, bring them to the foot of the mountain. And they said, no.
Yes.
They said, no, we'll hear it through you.